Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah. I'm a hairdresser from Ireland and I've been doing this for almost 20 years now. Today we're going to do some French plaits, something you can use on your daughter, yourself, friend, sister. If you want to see how I created this, keep watching. Okay guys, so in order to create the two French plaits, you are going to need some cream or a gel. I'm going to use the Wow 1 Minute Transformation Cream. You're going to need a sectioner should I say, a comb and some elastics. So you're going to start off with, first of all, splitting the hair into two sections. I'll just turn it around so you can see. And here then I have broken the spring on this doll head, so she moves a little bit more than I would like, but get that side there out of the way. That's the other side. Okay, so I'm going to bring her back around this way here now and bring her in a little bit closer. So to start, what I like to do is pop in my cream. This 1 Minute Transformation Cream, it's great for smoothing the hair, so it is. So I would always start with a product that's going to keep the hair easier to control. And you should have a real life model so you won't have all this spinning to contend with. Now, comb it through. I think it's very important to have no knots in the hair. It just makes it easier to bring them sections in. Okay, so we're going to start with like a triangle section off the side. There we go, like so. And just like your traditional plait, we're going to break that into 3 sections, like so. So other than having it nicely brushed so there's no knots, I would say my best tip at this stage then is rest your hands on the head. It helps keep the tension. So it does. So when you move over, rest into the head. And then what you're going to do for a French braid is, as you move down, you're going to start bringing in a little bit of hair from either side across. So you're going like right, left, or left, right, whichever works best for you. Push the hands back down onto the head and bring your next section across. I think for like a French braid, it's very important that they're tight. You can always loosen them out later. And in order to get them tight, you need to keep your hands tight into the head, like so. So if you're going to be braiding and keeping your hands up this way, what's going to happen is your braid's going to come out from the head. Keep your hands down nice and tight to the head. So I'd say rest them on the head. It makes it a little bit easier on the hands as well. And just keep going right to left. Every time you bring a section across, add a little bit in from either side. It's a good idea to hold the thumb there while you're securing the other side over. And as you can see from the doll's hair, which would be prone to be that little bit knotty, it makes such a difference to have the hair well brushed out and no knots if possible. So I'm just going to keep continuing down the head, keeping my hands in. As we're coming down, you'll see my hands haven't come off the head. And again, this doll hair is quite short, so we're not going to get lovely long pigtail braids out of it, but you will see how I keep crossing the hair over, keep the sections neat, keep the hands in tight to the head, and just keep swooping across. Once you kind of get into it, like within a couple of practice of it, you will pick up the technique quite quickly. And once you have it, it's just practice makes perfect. And one thing I find with braids is a lot of the time they don't really start to take shape until you're a good bit down the head. Especially with a fishtail, actually, I would notice that. But even for your French braid, like up here, it's not going to really start looking like anything. It's only as you start to get down the hair that you can see it starts to come. And you can see here now, guys, my hands are still in nice and tight. I'm just keep taking that section over, hold it in the middle, and pull the other section across, like so. And keep them hands in tight. Get it out a bit there. Yeah. And keep on adding in, coming down as we go. And at this stage we're running out of hair, so we're just going to go into a traditional braid. I'm going to grab my rubber band, my little elastic, and tighten that in. Like I said, guys, it's easier, get it in nice and tight first. If you're putting it in your own and you don't want it to look like a little girl's plait, you can go back in and loosen it back out. So I'm going to do the other side now, just to show you. There she is. I'm going to come across now and we're going to braid in the other section. So again, I'll put a small bit of the cream to help smoothen the ends. I'm going to get my comb and brush that through. Now I'm just going to spin this just so it's not going to move too much. And I'm going to start the very exact same way again. So I'm going to take out my triangle section at the top. And split it into 3 sections. And I'm going to start with my hands in nice and tight. And I'm going to start moving that from left to right, left to right. Okay. A little bit difficult trying to angle this so you can see, because of the spring on this, it just wants to keep moving. And keep going. Anyways, nice and tight and nice and neat. And it's the exact same as the other side. So I'm going to start bringing it all across, like so. Keeping my hands in nice and tight to the head. And every time I cross over, I bring a new bit in. This is where the cream helps, or your gel, or some people like to do the plaits from wet, but I prefer to do them from dry and just kind of add something to the hair to help for grip and smoothness. But I think they're a great idea for, like, if you're having even a bad hair day, or if your daughter doesn't want to get the hair washed or anything, you know, 10 minutes, pop in a few plaits. It's a nice little style, and they get another day or two then, or you'll get another day or two out of it. And once you actually practice these, you can actually style the hair more. Like, you could have the hair down with a few curls, maybe just a little French braid to the side. And once you get the technique on them, you can kind of do many different styles with them then. So start showing you now. Again, as I'm moving down the head, my hands are staying in tight. I think the two biggest tips that I would give, make sure there's no knots if possible, and keeping them hands in nice and tight to the head. So the idea of the French plaits, I say, is to be tight. You can always loosen it back out if you want to after, but it's best to get it in tight first. Nice little section, and into your traditional braid. Get my little elastic. Tighten it off. Oh. So there you go. There's my braids. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get, where is it now? Tiny little bit more of my cream or hairspray at this stage, whatever you prefer. I'm assuming I'm doing like a little girl's hair, so we're not going to choke it with hairspray. And just polish that down. The wow is great because it just polishes the hair and it sits everything down and brings the hair back to life. Now, so there you have it. Here's your two French braids. I hope you found this some way educational for yourselves on how to do it. Practice makes perfect, guys. Practice.